She is a member of the Global Council of the International Museum of Women in San Francisco. As an educator, her day-to-day work involves increasing awareness among education practitioners, as well as students, parents, and the community of the issues around education and education reform, particularly the education of women, developing policies and programs at all levels, from early childhood to university to lifelong education in both formal and non-formal settings. For decades, she has been a passionate voice and active player in the assessment and review of the national and international institutions she has been involved with, particularly in the reform of gender infrastructure of these organizations. Having been involved with the United Nations in various capacities, she is deeply committed to the current UN reform process and its Southeast Asia focal point of the NGO-led Gender Equality Architecture Reform campaign. Throughout her distinguished career, she has seamlessly combined vision, commitment, and passion with hard work, people skills, management ability, and common sense. Ladies and gentlemen, the keynote speaker in our first Regional Higher Education Summit in Region 5, the chairperson of the Commission on Higher Education, the Honorable Dr. Patricia B. Licuana.
I gave him instructions to make the introduction short, and he did not follow instructions. So sorry. I apologize for that long introduction. So, good morning, fellow workers in Philippine education and my dear friends from Bicol. I am very happy to have been summoned again to Bicol, and I did respond. I'm here. But truly, these are very difficult, very terrible times, I think, for our country. Because of the disaster wrought by Typhoon Yolanda on Region 8 and parts of Region, I guess 7 and Region 6 as well. But Bicol is no stranger to disasters. No? As a matter of fact, I think Bicol has been an example of how to manage disasters, and that is probably the reason why some of your officials are there in Tacloban today to help share your expertise, basically the expertise of managing disasters and rising from disasters. So it is in this spirit that today at this summit we address higher education and its roles in national development. Allow me, for my keynote, to share with you the CHED roadmap for higher education. Access, capacity, and excellence. Higher education for national development and global competitiveness. I'd like to start with some basic perspectives on higher education. Sandali lang I'm just making sure there. Does my remote work? Okay. So basically, I like to think that Philippine higher education has two major thrusts. One is micro and individual, expanded and enhanced career and life chances and choices for students. No? So the individual student has a better chance in life because of higher education. Higher education has a macro and societal thrust as well, and that is for higher education and higher education institutions to be in the full service of national development. Oops, next slide please. Ganun na lang. All right. The strategic roles of higher education in national development are as an instrument for poverty alleviation, and as a vehicle for technologically driven national development and global competitiveness. So how does it contribute to poverty alleviation? Basically, through the three roles, through the three functions of instruction, research, and extension, higher education is able to build up the capacity as well as create opportunity for the poor. How do we contribute to economic development? Through one, human capital formation, and here I must cite our role in developing the services sector. We know that the services sector makes up a major part of our GDP. And also, I must also call attention to higher education's role in developing the workers in business processing outsourcing. The Philippines is now one of, if not the top destination of choice for the business processing outsourcing industry. However, as well, higher education has a very special role in technologically driven national competitiveness. We develop the high-level scientific and technologically oriented professionals, and also the human resource for research, development, and innovation, which is so necessary for national development and global competitiveness. Now let me say something about the landscape of Philippine higher education. So this is the map, and essentially I think, if I'm not mistaken, the blue represent the private institutions and the red, I'm sorry, it's the other way around. The blue is public and the red are private institutions. And here we see that we have 1,871 higher education institutions, excluding 442 SUCS satellite campuses. All provinces in the country have higher education institutions, including at least one state college per province, except now for Sarangani. The distribution of higher education institutions is uneven, with the heaviest concentration in the National Capital Region, Region 4A, Region 3, and Cebu. The enrollment in higher education translates to 24% of total college-age population of 16 to 21. That college age might change with K to 12, but of the 16 to 21-year-old population, 24% are in college, giving us a gross enrollment ratio which is associated with middle-income countries, which is pretty okay. So higher education, as we all know, is a mixed public and private system, with the private sector playing a dominant role in the sense of there are 88% of the higher education institutions are private. But however, in terms of enrollment, the private sector only has 57% of the market. So not as large as it could, And this share has been continuously decreasing over time from 85% 2 decades ago to 57% at present. I guess what that tells us is that more and more students are migrating from the private schools to the public schools. This is just a pie chart to show the distribution of HEIs by institution. It's just a clearer picture with private HEIs, the SUCS, the local universities and colleges, and other government HEIs. The agency that Dr. Kala was describing, the Development Academy of the Philippines, I think belongs to that sliver called other government HEIs. So here we